Live coverage from the Australian Grand Prix here at Albert Park. We are getting set to go racing for supercars, race 5.
And check this out, some great stories here. Look at these guys go. Coca-Cola Racing at the front of the grid, 1 and 2. Bryce Forward, career best for him in the Middies electrical entry, alongside Anton De Pasquale in the Shell V-Power Ford Mustang. And never having driven here before in a race car, Matt Payne, 5th on the grid. Outstanding performance. And Will Davison alongside him. He's had great success here too. Another young fella making a big name. And 7th position for James Golding on the grid. Andre Heimgartner beside him. Mark Winterbottom, who's had plenty of wins at this location. And Chaz Mostert will start out of position 10, row number 5.
Van Gisbergen at 11. Jack Smith, that's his best performance in qualifying at the AGP. Macaulay Jones also, so that's 4 cars in the top 13 for BJR. Tim Slade, who had that monstrous moment at turn 5 early on in the weekend. James Courtney fought back. He got the penalty yesterday. Declan Fraser does a really good job around here to be 16th. Jack LeBrock, who has always been fast at this place, had some dromels yesterday afternoon, lines up alongside young Cameron Hill, who's also a rookie at this location. Thomas Randall, 19th. Cam Waters, way further back than I thought he would be. He's starting on hard tyres. Brock Feeney, the man of the moment, he'll start on pole tomorrow. He's way down the road. How can that be as a form guide? He's nowhere near it. Todd Hazelwood and David Reynolds, we know that that's been a shocker for him this weekend too. Nick Percat, who had those dramas with the fire in the NTI Mustang yesterday.
We're back on the Grand Prix stage for the 3rd time this weekend. Supercars about to dance. The talking points, where the tyres, tight racing. Let's add to the story, and Brody gets a ripper start. Bolts down to turn 1 with a margin. His teammate covers, and he's getting a bit of a helping hand from Bryce down there at the moment. Forward drops into 3rd, and it's on in the minors here at the moment. It's nose to tail, and they've all checked up. Frosty takes advantage in the DeWalt entry, and he blazes up a position as a result.
What a beautiful start by Brody Kostecki. He gapped the field by 3 or 4 car lengths. Now down the inside, there's always drama here. Turn 3 on the outside. Caught out there, I think that's Matt Payne. And he was out the weeds and right out sideways. That's Van Gisbergen. Oh, in the fence, Frosty. In the fence for the DeWalt Camaro. That's hit quite hard on the way out of turn 5.
And what a shame, that car's got good pace this weekend. So he's got obvious damage and is now going to have to limp back. And how was Shane on the exit of turn 4? He was miles wide. He probably got help out there, I would think. So Kostecki with a margin. It's just a little over 0.6 of a second from Will Brown as they stand by in the Team 18 garage to get the DeWalt car in. Forward in 3rd, then Davison. And margins have opened up here. How's that? In fact, there were about half a dozen cars that were exploring the extreme limits down there, and that was a nasty thud for Mark Winterbottom. Here's the other angle of it. Whoa, that is going to be a big bruise on that car.
He got helped, I think, didn't he? He got help with James Golding on the inside.
I think it was, yeah. It's a bit hard until you can slow it all down, and our eyes are darting in every direction at the moment because Bryce Forward is now applying a lot of pressure on the back of Will Brown. Listen to the roar of supercars on the front straight at Albert Park. Kostecki, 3/4 of a second over Brown. Oh, we've got trouble here, unfortunately, for Courtney. Flames billowing out in front of this car. That is not a good look.
That's seriously on fire, that one. And he's out. Well done. And well done to all the other teams there that have contributed. Grove Racing. There were other teams also that were assisting, and a bump and grind.
There's more going on back in the pack here. They're 3 wide at turn 4. Chaz Mostert finds new ground out there. Anton De Pasquale on the outside. We've also got Heimgartner, and round goes De Pasquale, and this is going to be contact with the inside wall as well. Damage on both ends for the Shell car. What a catastrophe.
And Macaulay Jones too caught up there. So Macca was involved at the back end of this. Watch closely. So he turns in across. He got bumped by Payne.
Yeah.
And then that
safety car boards and flags. Pit lane is closed. Pit
with Anton. Have a look at the intensity of this fire.
Yeah, not a good look at all, is it, unfortunately. And we know from what happened to Nick Percat that the damage that is sustained when these cars are on fire is so extreme. So James has been able to get down. He's actually been guided in by his team and the marshals, and they're quickly on the job there to try and get that thing under control, but that's going to be a lot of damage. James, fortunately, out of the car. We'll get to the lane quickly.
So we're back on with life.
Green flag, racing one more time. Brodie Kostecki's jumped nicely. He's already put the same gap that he had before all the trauma unfolded. He's back to half a second plus over Will Brown. This has been a fantastic run so far for Bryce Fullwood to have qualified so well and to be putting the pressure on Brown that he was before the safety car was deployed. We'll keep a very close eye on 14, and Shane down the inside. Dive bombs on Heimgartner and uses some curb, gets it done. Box ticked. This is where we saw a lot of the crazy stuff unfolding before on the one run through 4 and 5. Golding using a lot of the exit curb at 5. That's Mostert that you can see lurking in the mobile Optus entry. He's currently sitting in 8th position.
Great shot.
And throughout the weekend, they've been really grip limited in that area, particularly on the harder of the two tyres. The cars are teetering on wanting to brake sideways. Even a couple of those
Race
cars
control
that we
to
saw.
all teams. Pit lane drive-through penalty to car 19 for a driving infringement.
Matt Payne, pit lane drive-through penalty. Grove Racing in the Penrite car. And so that's come up and confirmed from race control for his role in what happened up at the top end of the circuit. Meantime, they are stitching together qualifying performances out there at the moment, pushing to the max. Will Brown has gone faster in the first 2 sectors than anybody, having a sneak up the inside pie. So Kostecki, Brown, Fullwood, Davison, Golding, Van Gisbergen marching forward from Heimgartner, Mostert, Payne, who's going to have a penalty, then Slade, LeBrock, Fraser, Smith, Randall, Feeney. That's the 15. Remember, Brock started in 22nd position.
He's done a nice job to get to 15th, hasn't he? Without getting caught up in all the shenanigans early. Fastest lap there for Will Brown, 47.8. That was 8 hundredths of a second faster than Kostecki, and we've just been advised the CPS window is now open. So from this lap on, you'll definitely see those drivers with the hard compound tyre. Di Pasquale already out, but Cam Waters, he'll be in a flash. Oh, that was close. Golding was so close in behind Van Gisbergen then. He had a big wriggle coming off turn 5, and Golding looks like he's got better pace. He's got to run on Van Gisbergen now.
Shane just short shifting to keep the back of the car calm through that long loaded right-hander. He moved up a spot in that process. He's come up now to 5th position, Van Gisbergen. Meantime, Feeney showing speed as well, quicker in sector 1 than the rest of the field. He's currently in 15th position. So for anybody that wants to stop, they can from this moment onwards. And remember that we're going to see Matt Payne come into the lane in car number 19.
This is a vigorous battle. Golding's having a real go at Van Gisbergen. Heimgartner's having a go at Golding, and Mostert is right in behind in the Optus Mustang. So this is a really good battle, and Van Gisbergen's got his hands full with young James Golding.
There's no real change in the margins of significance, first, second to third. But how's this next group of cars? Payne peeling off to take that penalty. So Fullwood doing a nice job here. His career best in supercars back in 2020 at Tailem Bend, where he grabbed the 3rd spot. He might be on for the same here at the moment, but he's racing today. Just goes to show the value of the importance of qualifying up at the sharp end, and he did a great job in those mixed conditions earlier on. Waters takes his stop.
He'll definitely want to get off those hard tyres as fast as possible. Remember, so he's going to be the fast man. He'll be the only guy on the super soft tyre, and someone's given Golding a serve. Have they, or was that Slade?
No, I think it was James. It was Golding down at turn 4.
Yeah.
There's been some trouble up at that end of the circuit in the last couple of days, hasn't there? So we'll try and get to the bottom of that story for you. Meantime, Van Gisbergen continues to blaze along. Here's what happened. So Heimgartner looks down the inside and ends up making contact. Oh, it was actually the car on the right-hand side it was the WAU car that when it became 3 wide was when it all got a bit ugly. So this is Chaz, the awkward little trip there with Heimgartner that in turn grabs Golding.
And he did a great job because he's doing a very, very fast reverse park, and he pulled the lock off it so that he didn't back into the fence. Nice job.
And there is Chaz Mostert. So he's up into 6th position. Brock Feeney down the inside of Jack Smith.
So we're going to see now Cam Waters putting on pace, because everybody else will have to get off the soft tyre and go to the hard, but they'll do that right at the death knock. They'll run as long as they possibly can on the super soft tyre. So Kostecki has 0.6 of a second over his teammate. Bryce Forward's done a tremendous job to stay right in this battle. Will Davison just in behind there. In fact, Will's just done his fastest lap of the race. So 48.7, place 48 dead, place 47.9, place 47.9, first 4 cars.
Time certainty's also going to end up concluding this race at 8 minutes past 6 plus 1 lap local time, and we've just gone 5 minutes past 6. Jumping on board here with Will Brown. This is turn 5 where it's been really lively so far this weekend, and they're standing by for their compulsory stop down at Red Bull. Driver's eye view, and Brody's car starting to move around a little here. Still no real gigantic change between first, second and third. Will Davison's in a good spot here too.
And Will Brown's going to be smashed here, I would think, because he's going to have to come in. We're only 3 minutes away from time certainty, so it'll be 1 lap then maybe the next lap. And Brown is right line astern with Kostecki.
So they don't want a double stack. They have to try and find a way to split them. There's no further action. Lap 8, turn 3 incident as well. Not sure what the lap 8 thing is because we're only just on lap 8. Anyway.
Yeah.
Or completed lap 8, I should say. So Smith followed by Randall.
Oh, maybe that's the Golding one.
Yeah.
Golding is being reversed.
Yes. Yeah, so that makes sense to me because in reality, that was just one of those racing incidents where Chaz was trying to take advantage around the outside, and all of a sudden 3 cars just don't go there. So in comes Will. That makes perfect sense. So it sort of tells me that race control want to have a longer look at what happened with some of the other stuff up at turn 5.
A little balk then on the right front. He's going to get caught here and trying to get out. Yep, no, he's done a nice job.
Might have lost a little fragment of time there at the back end, though, of the stop.
This will be a frantic outlap, and these cars will not feel good going onto the hard tyre. So you've had real grip with the super soft, and you've gone out on a fresh, hard tyre, which won't be nice.
That's right, and not much opportunity to be able to get them nice.
Yeah.
Because we're 7 minutes past 6 o'clock. The race is going to be
clear on the straight.
over at 8 minutes past plus 1 lap. So this is going to be a bit of a skating ring exercise to get through to the end on the hard tyre, which won't be up to tempered pressure. So they will have squirted a bit more pressure into them, most likely to deal with that.
Yep.
Here's Brown. People being called on the radio. David Reynolds just being asked in by Alistair McVeigh. Here comes Cam Waters.
On soft tyres.
So he's going to be potentially advantaged here. They're warm, up to speed. They come up very quickly, those tyres, and he'll have the eyes on. And those in front of him, particularly on a cold, hard tyre, they're just tippy-toeing, trying to find their way in the universe without tripping over and eating concrete.
And does the little undercut for Brown. His pit stop probably wasn't quite good enough, was it? So a little undercut, straight down the inside. Very assertive manoeuvre there by Waters. He turned from the right side straight down the inside and was able to get that done. Very nice on Cam Hill.
Yeah, he didn't even look like he was going to back out of that one. He was going for it. So they're all in. Kostecki, Forward, Davison, Van Gisbergen, Mostert, Slade, LeBlanc, Fraser, Smith, Pye, Hazelwood, Reynolds. Was that a little balk? Did he get away with it?
Oh, we got a bump. There was a little bump there. Oh, he's hit a wheel.
Oh, where did that go? That was not a good look. Now there's a penalty when you lose control of your gear like that. So I'm not quite sure who that belonged to in the end. So this is Scott Pye's car, and it's making its own arrangements, that wheel and tyre. So let's have a look at the rejoin, who's where here. Here comes Will Brown, and exiting the pit lane is Kostecki. Let's get to Garth.
Yeah, big contact in pit lane for Bryce Fullwood, one of our top 3 contenders. Heavy contact with Declan Fraser. As Fullwood was pulling out of his box, Fraser was there. And then more contact as Fraser was pulling into his box further down the lane. So big delay for Bryce Fullwood.
Yeah, it was crazy down there. Thanks for the update, Garth. We're on our last lap, so this is about to get pretty fruity at the back end. So who's where? Trying to work out what's going on here at the moment is a challenge. So I think this is the battle for second and third. Kostecki's in the lead from Davison and Fullwood. A mighty performance. So this is the congestion that Garth was just talking about. There's Biff and Barge. So Fullwood and Fraser, we're looking at them. And out comes Will Davison. That'll be an unsafe release. Was that one of the Red Bull wheels and tyres? Yeah. Wheel and tyre. Yeah, it was. Okay, so it was just sitting there. Oh, that Marshall was lucky not to get clobbered in that process. And in fact,
good job.
How good was Chaz Mostert's mission there?
Nice deviation, huh?
Kenny Rogers' song, "Pick a fine time to lead me, loose wheel." Kostecki, Davison, Fullwood, Van Gisbergen, Brown. That's our order. We're on the last lap. No shortage of talking points with supercar racing this weekend. Wow, it's going to be an interesting debrief. And we've got another instalment to come tomorrow. I tell you, it's not resolved for second here at the moment, but it looks as though it's going to be another magnificent outcome for Brodie Kostecki. 1 corner to run in the Coke car. Bryce Fullwood, a mighty performance today. And he comes to the line with a fantastic drive this afternoon. Brodie Kostecki takes the checkered flag and continues his run of fine form from Will Davison and Bryce Fullwood. And Jack Smith, I think it was, pointing in the wrong direction then.
It was. The second last corner there turned around. That is a very, very nice job again by Erebus. Beautiful job. So Kostecki, Davison, Fullwood, Van Gisbergen, who was trying very hard on that last lap to get to Bryce.
And the question mark will be now over Will and the Shell V-Power Racing team for that release into all of that as well. So that may still be something that's discussed. So we'll try and keep you up to speed on all of that. But how's the boys down there at BJR? Brad Jones Racing are pretty happy with that one. And the gang from Middy's Electrical. So
ladies and gentlemen, your Race 5 Bow Repairs Melbourne Super Sprint podium. Drivers, time for those celebrations to roar into life.
Hungry for a victory, Brodie Kostecki, for quite a long time. And now this weekend he's been able to put together a couple of them. So fantastic performance. Congratulations to him.